What up, saints? So, today's word, James 1:22. And be a doer of the word and not a hearer only, deceiving only yourself. Let's talk about it. Why would God tell us to be doers of the word and not hearers only? And are we doers? Or do we fall more into the category of just hearing the word but not acting on it? See, this could really stir up something inside of people. So some people may get offended by this message, and others may try to make excuses for this message and say, oh, you're trying to make it about works. It ain't about works. It's about Jesus and what Jesus did, and Jesus covered it. And yes, it's always about Jesus. Salvation is always about Jesus. Like, there's no way to heaven. No amount of good works or good words that you do will ever buy your way to heaven. Never will you reconcile yourself. Never can you redeem yourself. Never can you pay the debt for your sin. Only Jesus. But that isn't what James is saying here. See, that wasn't the message they preached back in the day. That wasn't the message. They didn't run around like, listen, Jesus has done it all for you. Stay the same way and never change. Continue to live as a harlot. Continue to live as a drug addict. Continue to live however you want. Make it all about you. Only worry about you. It's okay because Jesus paid the price. That's not the message that they preached then. And that's not the message we should be preaching now. So why would God want us to be a doer? What is it about doing versus hearing? And I think what's happened here in America, and I can't speak for other countries because I don't know, but we live in such a lavish, blessed lifestyle to where it's a blessing and a curse. Because we don't have to endure the things that they have to endure in other countries. And so their faith is stronger. It's built on a foundation because they really don't have food on their plates. They really wake up and don't know where their meal's coming from for the day. They really wake up and their protection from the outside sources is really supplied strictly on God. I don't know what to do, so I'm just praying to you. Keep us safe today. And so they have this faith that is not like ours here, to where we wake up and food's on our tables. We wake up and we have jobs, just endless supply, where there is, in America, where we live in the country of gluttony. I mean, we throw away more food than most people ever see in their lifetime in other countries. But that's not a bad thing per se. Well, throwing away the food. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not a bad thing to be in America. It's okay to be a Christian in America, but there's things that you have to adapt to, and that's not just going to church on Sundays, hearing the word, and then as you walk out the building, not applying anything that you learn. See, God's word is designed for us to study it ourselves, not just for us to go to church and hear the message. The pastor, yes, that's good. He sparks something in you. But see, there's something there that says you have to go get it yourself. And see, I was just talking to one of my sponsees about this. You get what you put into it. Meaning, as much effort and as open as you want to become and for God will give to you. But if you don't want to do anything, if you don't want to open your word, if you don't really want to pray or spend time with God alone, making time for the relationship, what makes you think that he's just going to give you this church and give you this title? And it doesn't even have to be a church. Let's just say whatever it is that you're chasing, what do you think? Why would God give you that if you're not stewarding what he's already given you well? Because it says to those who give little, those who are good stewards of little, I will give much. And so when he says be a doer and not a hearer, What he's saying is there has to be something in you that wants to seek him out. See, the word tells us in Jeremiah 29:13, seek, but you will seek and find when you search for me with all your heart. We know that it says, ask and it shall be given, seek and you will find, knock and it will be given to you. All three of those are action steps. Ask and it will be given. Seek, so go look for it and you will find. Knock and it'll be given to you, or the door will open for you. So you see something there. There's something there in action. It can't just come here and go in one and go out the other. It has to go here and go here, and it has to resonate here. It has to be lived out. Now, don't take me wrong. Don't think this isn't... I'm not saying that you have to be perfect, because that's the other argument people want to get into. The one is, oh, I'm talking about works, and works isn't what God's about, and that's this, that, and the other. And the other one is, oh, so we got to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to try. So all this argument about being perfect and, oh, I'll never be that, and I can't do it. How can I be a doer of the word? There's so much there for me to learn. Yes, there is so much there for you to learn. That's why it's living, and that's why it would take you a lifetime. It don't matter how. You can read it one time through and you get nowhere. Because it's a lifetime of spending that time with God in his word and letting him work it out from the inside out. But that doesn't mean sit around and just say, God's going to do it. God's going to do it. God's going to do it. Because Moses had to lift his staff up and God moved through him and God split the waters. The Israelites had to march around the walls of Jericho 7 times, and they had to be quiet while doing it until the 7th time, and then they hooted and tooted and yelled and screamed, and the walls came down, and God did that. See, Jesus had to endure the cross, but before the cross, he had to take the beating. He had to deal with what he had to deal with for us. And then when he got on the cross, he had to go through with it. God did it. But every time there's movement, there has to be movement on our end for God to be able to move through us. And so you don't have to be perfect, you got to try. And so my message today is this. It's not about being a perfect Christian, because let me tell you, I'm not a perfect Christian. I hop on here all the time and I talk about, I'm an open book. I'm transparent. My relationship is rocky. I can be selfish. I can be prideful. Sometimes my heart is greedy and I have to force myself to give because of it. But I know these things and God is showing me these things. And so he's working with me and I'm going. Every day I get up and I put one foot in front of the other and I give it my best and I surrender daily. God, here I am. Here I am, God. I surrender. Here's my heart, God. Because I know without it, it doesn't matter what you do. Because if you don't have my heart, I won't follow. But so every morning I get up and I give him my heart and I say, God, I'm here to follow. Not just here. Not just be a Sunday morning Christian, but I'm here to follow, God. I choose to follow you. And I'm sorry in advance for when I screw up. And you know what he tells me? You don't think I didn't know you were going to screw up? You don't see, to you, this sin or this thing, this habit, this hang up, this hurt that holds you back or that sends you backwards or makes you fall, you thought this is new to me. Like every day, like I get up and I'm like, oh, he's gonna make it, he's gonna make it. Oh, he failed me. Oh, he got up, oh, here he goes, he's doing great, oh man, he failed me. He's doing great, he's gonna make it, it's the end of the night, he ain't done nothing bad. Oh man, he failed me. He said, I am time, I'm past, present, future. He said, I've seen it all. I'm prophecy and revelation. I know what is going to happen in your day-to-day. I see your day-to-day. I know your free will choices from day to day. It's not new to me. It's new to you. It upsets you. It shames you. But it doesn't shame me. And I want to share that with you. That it doesn't shame him. And that it's all about trying. It's not about being perfect. It's about trying. So how do we not be just hearers? We put it into action and we try. And so with that being said, that's what I'm going to leave.